You know what's great about this type of 24-70mm? You know, it's so versatile. As long as you have it, you can shoot pretty much all scenarios. What you gotta do is just stand there and twist the ring, and you're good. You're done. So we are wasting our creativity because of that versatility. So today, I'm gonna destroy what I've been building. Let's talk about prime lenses. How's it going, people? Welcome back to another new video. Welcome back to this channel. Happy New Year. My New Year resolution is... Come on, man. What's going on suddenly? But, you know, hear me out. My New Year resolution is to get out of my comfortable zone and let my creativity have a free spirit, aka break the limit. Speaking in the understandable language, stop relying on zoom lenses and start using prime lenses more in 2023. In 2022, I did a lot of lens reviews, especially the topic like 24-70 versus 24-105mm or Tamron, Sigma, zoom lenses were popular. I made those contents because I still believe the standard zoom lens is the best choice as the first lens for beginners. Not only for them, it will help you a lot in many situations. If you're shooting on that lens for a while, like over a year, you kinda get tired of it. You're losing the joy. Because it does pretty much everything. You have many focal lengths in your hand. It's so versatile, but also it's taking your creativity away if you rely on it too much. So from the end of 2022, I started to use prime lenses more than I used to. Before, I didn't like prime lenses that much because, you gotta carry a couple of lenses. Obviously, it costs more than having one zoom lens, and one solid zoom lens can solve everything. But now, I realized how fun it is with prime lenses. I'm enjoying shooting with them. First, the image quality is better than zoom lens most of the time. Second, most of them have like F1.4 or 1.8, which gives you more options for the expression. And third, because the focal length is fixed, you gotta make your creativity flexible. You gotta move your body to get the shot. And changing lenses for each situation is, kind of fun. My filmmaking and photography were kind of getting into ruts, but prime lenses just destroyed it. And I just thought I want to share this with you guys. If you're shooting with only zoom lens like I used to, maybe now it's time to go into the prime lens world. Even if you don't have anything, I think I can, show you the attraction of primes, which will help you in the future. So today, I'll do my best to entertain all of you guys in today's video. So today, I'm gonna show you guys 3 best prime lenses for your Sony camera, like FX30, A7III, or A7IV. So first lens I'm gonna talk about is wide prime lens. There are many of them, but I recommend this Sigma 20mm f2 lens. When it comes to wide prime lens, there are some, famous and the popular one like a 24mm G Master and 20mm f1.8 G lens. But what I like to say here is you don't need a fancy lens for wide angle. You don't have to be that serious about this focal length. Because with this focal length, you shoot very wide. Like you use this lens for, this kind of dynamic wide shot or this, vlogging shots. So nothing is specifically focused like, 50mm or 85mm. People's attention will be spread out. So the image quality doesn't matter that much. What matters is the size, weight, focal length, and aperture. Especially for wide prime lens, I prioritize the size and the focal length. So this Sigma 20mm has obviously 20mm, which is wide enough for pretty much everything, and f2. So if you get close to the subject or use clear image zoom in camera, you can get the normal perspective with a good bokeh. And look how small it is. It just weighs 370 grams and it's $550. And I said image quality doesn't matter that much in wide angle, but this has Sigma sharpness and crispness in the image. It's not a super expensive lens, but since it's a prime lens, it's so sharp and the depiction is natural and nice. Although image stabilization and autofocus possibly work less than Sony genuine lenses like a Sony 24 G Master, Sony G lens, but hey, it's 20mm. Not a huge deal. So I think this Sigma 20mm performs more than its price. This is so tiny and small and it's $550, but this has, this aperture ring. So yeah, I guess this is pretty enough. I mean, if you have budget enough, if you have a lot of budget, you can go for 24 G Master, but important thing is this is not something that we really should put the money in. When you consider the price and the performance, both of them, I think this is the best choice of all other wide-angle prime lenses in Sony. So next one is something that you should put your money in. 50mm. More specifically, Sony 50mm 1.2 G Master. So I already recommended this in this video, but again, let me. So no matter what genre you shoot, 50mm is the absolute cinematic beast. Every time I say cinematic, I feel so cheesy to say that, but let me just say, it's so simple to describe, this lens. It's just the absolute cinematic beast. What a cheesy word, cinematic. Anyway, it's just that this focal length 50mm gives you the really nice perspective. It's not too narrow like 85mm, but tighter than 35mm. The subject is very focused and emphasized, but it's still natural. When the seeing is important, or when you want to emphasize the subject, or when you want to let the image have some story, the world, this 50mm G Master is the best choice. F1.2, you can get a crazy, creamy, melting bokeh like this. It helps you to get rid of the surrounding environment like this. Well, you can go for like a Sigma 50mm or Sony normal 50mm, not G Master one. But like I said, in this focal length 50mm, we can't fake it. I mean, all of the attention gathers at the subject. It will be the image quality game. I was planning to say this later, but for example, 85mm, it's more like magic or illusion, crazy bokeh and the really tight perspective. It's more like a, strong hot spice. Even though that lens is cheap, not the best, image quality doesn't matter that much as long as it's 85mm and f1.4 or 1.8. The perspective is too tight, which makes the audience not be able to stay calm and see things objectively. But in 50mm, the great image quality is necessary, more than 85mm. In my opinion, 50mm is most important focal length. So that's why I think you really should care about what you use for 50mm. And no need to explain, this 50mm 1.2 G Master is special. I think it got the best image quality of all Sony lenses. So I think if you go with 50mm, you don't need 85mm. 85mm gives the image really strong and good spice, but it's not necessary as long as you got 50mm G Master. Later, when you can afford and when you want to spice things up, you can go for 85mm, but it doesn't have to be super, expensive, super fancy. Sigma 85mm or, Sony normal 85mm are great choice. But this 50mm 1.2 G Master is ridiculously expensive. It costs almost like a camera body. But here is the important thing. For example, now you're shooting on A7III and kit lens and thinking, upgrading to A7IV. But getting 50mm G Master instead of A7IV will make a, bigger difference in image quality. The lens is sometimes more important than the camera body. When it comes to G Master, 50mm G Master, that happens a lot. So at the last, let me show you guys something very interesting. But I thought this lens would be not the best choice for everyone, but I personally love this, and actually this is the one which gave me the joy of prime lenses. And I think this can inspire your filmmaking for some of you guys. That is this 7Artisans 35mm T1.05. It's a cinema lens. Yes, they did send me this for a review, but I didn't get paid. Of course, I will say what I want, as always. So this is a cinema lens, and it looks so different from other normal lens like this. But this is specially designed for video. So, of course, this is a manual focus lens, but the focus ring range is so wide, like it turns so long, which allows you to have a very accurate focus control. When you control it by your fingers, it feels so creamy. It's way heavier than other normal lenses, but it's just so smooth, like you can do ease in, ease out very easily. This helps a lot when you use follow focus. Also, it already has this focus gear, so you don't need an extra focus gear to use follow focus. You can, just use it like this. And it got this continuous aperture ring, which is the best thing to have in video. That's it. You can't expect any switches or buttons because it doesn't have autofocus or image stabilization. But doesn't it look so cool? Who hates this look? It's black shiny metal feel, really solid metal piece. And it's so heavy and bulky. But actually I love this feel. And this lens cap is so satisfying. But that's not the only reason why I love shooting with this lens. First of all, the aperture. I mean, it's T in cinema lenses, but basically it's same as F, but T value is more accurate than F. I don't know much about that, but anyway, you know, the way to think is same. So crazy T1.05. Look at this bokeh, really good. And what I like most is this gradation between the focus area and bokeh. It's so nice and smooth. I don't use T1.05 that often because it's crazy, you know, melting blurred, but definitely great to have. And second, not like usual lenses that we are familiar with, like this lens or this lens I showed you in this video already. This has really creamy, soft film look. There isn't that much of sharpness and crispness like Sigma lenses. I think this looks more like G Master, like this creamy, smooth depiction. I don't think it's not sharp enough. Just look at this. Detail is captured really well. It's more like this lens has a, you know, particular look. Really hard to describe by words, but can't you feel this good soft vibe? Colors are really rich and deep and relatively vivid, and the way the light looks is like it's on some glow effect or some lens filter. Also, I like those flares and ghost. Obviously, this is not a great option for this type of talking head shot or vlogging shot because of this unique look, and it doesn't have autofocus and image stabilization, and it's so heavy. But definitely great option for B-roll shots or traveling films or documentary or short films. Anyway, I think this unique, you know, soft, creamy film look is just perfect for when you want to, you know, when you want to change the vibe in your video or when you want to, you know, have some good different look. So I will keep using this for my projects and B-roll shots of my YouTube videos. It's just so much fun to make things with this lens. If you want to be different from others, I think it's a great idea to step into the cinema lens world. Okay, that's it. That was it. I hope you guys are having fun. So, this is the first time to talk about prime lenses with this energy, and also about cinema lens. But like I told you, in this year, I'm gonna expand my world much bigger. I'm gonna involve what's new different many things and many people in my world in this channel. Let's see, you know, much bigger picture together. The sun is sitting down. I wish I could share this view with you guys. It's so nice, but what I want to tell you through this video is the zoom lens is great. It's so versatile, easy, and necessary. But aren't you wasting a whole bunch? Just rolling and shooting a lot with zoom lenses, and most of them will end up to be erased or to sleep deep inside of the hard drive. That's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. You're just spending your creativity for almost nothing. But instead of that, I suggest you to commit the detail, like focal length, composition, bokeh, story, world, image quality with prime lenses. When you take them serious, your creative soul and spirit will live on your shot, and those things will be delivered to the audience. The greatest thing about prime lens is that you can commit to the craft. That will bring you the joy. It can be cheap, old, and used, but why not have them? Let's get out of the rut and let's see the world from the different and new perspective. When your brain is released and free, everything will change, surprisingly. Okay, this is it. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, what was my line? It's been a while to say this, so I kind of forgot what I used to say. But I think what I want to say is just comment, like, subscribe, share this video with your friend, with your family, with your brothers, with your girlfriend, boyfriend, everyone. And I will see you in another new video. 2023 just started. It's gonna be so exciting for you and for me. It's gonna be so... yeah, you're gonna find out soon.